All right, let's just go ahead and react to this. So we have Nick Wrights tiers headed into week 1. So how he has these set up is each team, well, he has a certain amount of teams in each tier. And as you go up the list, they have different names. So for example, the first tier is on the clock, and then we go on and on.
On the very bottom and on the clock. I'll be honest with you, I'll be shocked if any of these 4 ever move up.
Meaning that this tier is NFL teams that really only are going to care about the NFL draft. And even though the season has kicked off, let's be honest, these teams are more worried about the next NFL draft because they know they're going to suck. They know they're not going to be successful. So they only care about the next NFL draft. That's pretty much what this tier is. Now, to be honest, Patriots, okay, I can understand that. Giants, yeah. I don't know about the Panthers. I don't know about the Panthers exactly. And I know they're like the team that everyone thinks is going to suck this year and be bad again. But I don't know. I mean, you never know with Bryce Young. Bryce Young, second year, got a lot of weapons around him. Really, so I tried to develop him a little bit. I'm not saying he's going to go out there and be an absolute, best player ever, but you never know what could happen. So, okay.
These are fan bases that have oddly weird hopes surrounding their team this year.
Worse than on the clock. Wait, hold up. Worse than on the clock. Okay, so this is so weird. So they're below this tier then. He's saying this tier is below this tier. Worse than on the clock. So if on the clock is bad, like you suck and you're like, okay, well, hey, listen, we're kind of just sitting here knowing we're about to get the top 5 pick. We're waiting for that. Worse than that would be like no matter what pick you have, it's not going to help you. I'm guessing that's what he's saying, or he's saying that when you draft, you just can't draft. Like, you suck at drafting, so if you did draft, then it wouldn't matter for anything. Which is kind of weird, because he put the Cleveland Browns here. And the Browns have a really good roster, and probably will be pretty good this season. So, I'm not sure exactly what this means, but I would only assume worse than on the clock would mean you're worse than this tier list right here, which means you're worse than these teams. And that would, in theory, mean that no matter either one, you can't draft. Or 2, even if you did draft, it wouldn't save you. So even if you okay, I'm worried about the top 5 pick, it wouldn't save you. Actually, no, third note here. What he means by this is that these teams aren't going to be top 5 picks, right? They aren't going to get a top 5 pick, and they're going to be just good enough that they're not top 5. So they're going to have a mid-round pick, and that's what he means. Okay, never mind. I get what he means. These teams are going to be just good enough that they're not top 5 picks, and they get kind of like a mid-range player. Okay. We're just here for the quarterback. Everyone's correct here except for the Vikings. I think the Vikings should not be here. With J.J. McCarthy out for the season, they can't play him at all. So Sam Darnold is literally the quarterback. I mean, every team here, Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, Anthony Richardson, and J.J. McCarthy. J.J. McCarthy is out for the season. So Vikings should not be here. Vikings should be here before his injury, but not after his injury. So I wouldn't put him on this list after his injury.
The whiff of friskiness.
Oh.
Proud quarterbacks.
Let's go,
Defensive-minded head coaches. Great wide receivers. All 3 of them. Check across the board for all 3 quarterbacks.
All right. A whiff of what's that? Friskness? Okay. Bucks, Cardinals, and Seahawks. Okay. I mean, again, Nick Wright with his tiers are always fun. Alright, let's just get forward. Whistling past the graveyard.
Spots are our new coordinators, and our coach and quarterback haven't yet come to physical blows. It'll be fine.
Bro, what are these tiers? The SKYLERs, the Eagles, and the Jets. I'm just going on to the next one. They'll have their moments. Until December, yes, for the Dolphins. Once December hits, it's over for the Dolphins. Packers, as long as their special teams doesn't cause them pain. If their special teams has anything to do with it, then they're going to be a lot less of moments. And then the Chargers, I don't know if I put the Chargers this high yet. I might put the Chargers a little bit lower than that. So, I'm not sure if I agree with the Chargers one. Alright, skip forward. PBOB. Cowboys. Playoff bound on, I don't know. Cowboys, Bills, Falcons, Jags, okay. It's not last year. Oh, it is last year. Ratbirds. It is last year. Oh, okay, I'm not going to trash the 49ers right now. Although I don't like the 49ers. Again, like I said, it's like, I don't like the Brock Purdy hate, but I do hate the 49ers because, they kind of beat us in Super Bowls, so I do hate the team in general, and I hate the franchise. But I don't hate, like, the actual, you know, like, players on. Alright, so we have number 1 pick. Okay. So, obviously, Stafford was the number 1 pick. Joe Burrow was the number 1 pick, and Caleb Williams was the number 1 pick. Number 1 pick, Prodigy. Okay. Hard not to love. I will agree with that list. I think that tier is actually very accurate. It's hard not to love either of those teams. And then Lombardi and Star. Alright, for the most part, it is what it is. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. Yeah. Shout out to Nick Wright.